I am gonna continue to visit the mall, see what is going on. But I don't think I am gonna film anything anymore until the outdoor area is complete. Feels good in here though. Alright, so we're still coming in 2024 apparently. Alright, so the big redevelopment news is that the Dave & Buster's is expanding. From my best understanding, take that as you will, they are going to be taking over this entire wing pretty much and expanding into the food court, which will be right ahead of us on the right. And here's the big Dave & Buster's second level entrance with all the seating. That does look pretty neat. Still coming 2024. Wonder if they're gonna change this sign again. So yes, again, to the best of my understanding, Dave & Buster's is expanding into this area, and that's why they need to get rid of the food court in its current location, which of course is right over here, at least for now. And supposedly the food court may be moving. Oh, that's a whole other thing I need to discuss from the comments. Looks like Sbarro and Charlie's is still open. That is good. Taking my lessons from Spring Hill, I'm definitely going to do a food vlog here while I still can. Now, in my previous video, someone mentioned in the comments that the food court was moving to the JCPenney, which is right next to the food court. Now, originally I thought they were talking about inside the JCPenney's, which sounded kind of weird to me, but there's some interesting advertisements over here that might indicate that it's moving to this wing. Now, while I'm kind of over the whole outdoor development thing, I don't really plan to blog it too much more until it's completed, I am going to be following the development of this area pretty closely. That's probably the biggest thing that upsets me about that video, is that I put myself out there, got a little emotional, something that I don't do often, and express my concerns about the food court disappearing. One of my local and favorite food courts for many years. One that I frequented quite often, especially when I lived in Lake Zurich. And so I would often eat lunch at the food court in Hawthorn Mall. And so yeah, I got a little upset in what appeared to me at the time that they were getting rid of the food court in favor of the restaurants that I'm sure will eventually become part of the new mixed-use development area. But I'm happy to report that it appears that may not be the case. If so, that is great news. Now, am I concerned about what appeared to be a dying food court at the time? Yes. Am I concerned about the decreasing square footage of the inside portion of the mall? Yes. Do I think Hawthorn is dying or going to close anytime in the near future? No. Alright, now here is a good rendition of the mixed-use development outside that we currently have, and here's what they're going to develop in that fenced area. And here's the Dave & Buster's, and basically where we're parked right now. Yeah, I remember there was somewhere in the comments someone had mentioned how I didn't properly discuss the future of this mall by like showing what were on those diagrams. Alright, here's a good view of the upper level deck of the Dave & Buster's. Well, like I said, I am very excited for this final product. I just don't know if I have the passion or interest anymore to just cover the development process that's been going on for many years now. There's a whole other second mixed-use development building outside that hasn't even started yet. So it's not like we're going to see a final product in 2024. This has many years to go yet. Which really hits home to me how long possibly the redevelopment of Spring Hill Mall may take. And I just kind of want to continue my efforts on documenting the more traditional indoor malls while they're still here. That said, if there is some interesting development on the future of the food court here, I am definitely gonna vlog that. With the closing of Spring Hill Mall, Hawthorn is once again my local mall. So I'm not giving up on this place. There has never been many stores that have interested me here. The food court was kind of my thing, which is why I got pretty upset when I felt it was closing down. There was a really cool miniature golf place that has since closed. Alright, let's find this Toys R Us. This is probably my most local Toys R Us, technically, for McHenry, so let's check it out. Alright, we got a glass elevator. I've discovered a lot of YouTube channels that are very interested in elevators. Also, toilets, but that's a whole nother discussion for another day. There we go. Now the Toys R Us's have been gradually getting a little smaller and less interesting as we've gone on. Let's see what Hawthorn has to offer, and so far I'm fairly impressed. Always with their music here though. Ooh, got a little clearance section here. Always love that. Definitely bigger, but also a little less organized. Stuff's kind of thrown all over the place. This might actually be the third largest. The next largest being Woodfield, and then of course the biggest being the Macy's in Chicago. Little bank thing, I've had one of those for a long time. Yeah, this is a pretty decent size. Alright, we got our Disney princess stuff. Decent amount of stuff. Ooh, Play-Doh. Ooh, Disney Frozen. Rainbow High. Oh wow. I didn't realize that was still popular. Or even still on. And then expand into here. Oh yeah, this is definitely a decent size. It needs a little cleaning and organization. But other than that, this is a good size. I would definitely take my kids here if they were interested in toys still. My youngest still doesn't mind getting a baby doll once in a while, but that's really about it at this point. Baby Shark. Peppa. Disney Junior. And yeah, it continues over here as well. Got a Bernstein Bears thing here. What that is. Well, that's interesting. A YouTube Kids advertisement. I've been surprised by the amount of younger folks that have found my channel, but I don't think I'm ever going to be in the YouTube Kids category. I'm fairly impressed with the size of this Toys R Us. Yeah, Gurnee and Mills, man, that was a tiny little section that they gave to the Toys R Us. That was not impressive at all. I think at this point I've covered most of the Macy's in my general area. I think there is now a standalone Macy's, not connected to a mall, in Bloomingdale, Illinois. And so they would likely have a Toys R Us inside there. That may be one that I check out in the near future. Before I had a reason to go to Bloomingdale, that would be Stratford Square Mall. Don't have that reason anymore, unfortunately. Alright, I think you get the idea of the Toys R Us here at Hawthorn. It's time to head back to the mall and get some food. And again, well, I'm not going to apologize for the emotions that I expressed in my last video. I feel a lot more positive, even since I started this video today, seeing those diagrams of what looks like a redeveloped indoor food court. And there is your finished product. Can't say I didn't show you the diagrams. Here is the current mixed-use development area that we walked through earlier, where we are parked, entered the mall, and the AMC entrance. The redeveloped upper-level entrance to Dave and Buster's. And I guess what is the final phase of Hawthorn 2.0? This mixed-use area right over here. We've already checked out this green space over here. And at some point, next to Dave & Buster's, there will be a bigger green space over here. And again, just to clarify one more time, I'm not saying I'm never going to do another Hawthorn Mall vlog. I just may not cover the Hawthorn 2.0 development for a while. Maybe possibly until it's fully completed. One of the next times I vlog, it may be to show you guys this. Now you got my interest. Whoever had mentioned to me about a food court going up to JCPenney's, I'm like, why would there be a food court inside JCPenney's? Like, that makes no sense. What are they gonna do, close one of the levels at JCPenney's? I'm like, that makes no sense. No, I think they're doing something in this area here. I'm guessing this wall here is gonna have the food establishments. Maybe they're gonna have more additional seating here. Maybe they're going to have more second level flooring in this area. I really can't tell. But once the Dave & Buster's expands into this area, it is going to change a lot. And while I'm not as interested in the outdoor development anymore, I am very interested in what they're going to do here. They may keep some of the seating in this area. Even though I thought you were kind of crazy, to be honest, when you were telling me there was going to be a food court in JCPenney, thank you for telling me. Now I'm kind of excited. All right, and now we have another food vlog here at Hawthorn Mall. It's actually turning into a pretty good video. I honestly wasn't sure by the time I came back here, 2024, if there was going to be anything open at this food court. But it still is. So, awesome on Sbarro and Charlie's. Of course, you can't tell by that. He went with Sbarro. So they did Charlie's over at Gurnee Mill. And I don't have too many Sbarro options anymore outside of the Oasis. So I wanted to go with my usual little mini spaghetti. Cheap, $5.47 meal. That's how much it costs. $5.74 after tax. It's good. Sbarro spaghetti's hard to beat. Now, I hope you guys understand, I've said it before on my mall videos, but I really do appreciate all your comments talking about the history of the mall. Even with all the negative comments from the last video, you guys have definitely provided me with some very helpful information. And I hope I did clarify any confusion that I may have caused because of my last video. I'm going to link two websites in the description below. One from the village of Vernon Hills and one from Hawthorn itself regarding the redevelopment process of Hawthorn 2.0. Again, do not take anything I say in any of my videos as 100% fact, especially the mall stuff. That's not what I do here. There's plenty of other more professional channels that cover the history of these malls. I'm just here to share my experiences with you. But check out those two websites if you really want a detailed perspective of what they are planning to do here. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry though, but you are not coming in 2024. We're already halfway through the year. We only have what looks like one store open in the current mixed-use development. And you haven't even started the second phase or last phase of the mixed-use development. The food court, thankfully, is still open for now. Dave & Buster's has not expanded or changed at all at this point, at least that I am aware of without going inside. Spring Hill Mall, they're saying 5 to 10 years. Probably will be closer to 15, is my guess. And to anyone who doesn't feel like I do a good job with these videos, hey, I'm just filling with my Galaxy S23. Anybody can do this. Coming out and give it a shot yourself. I'll be happy to check it out. I've checked out numerous other channels that have covered Hawthorn Mall. That's how I found out that the food court was closing. I think it may have been Mallaholic that covered it, if I'm not mistaken. And one more time, you have seen the diagram now of the Hawthorn 2.0 outdoor area. Here's what it looks like currently. And here is the status of that last multi-use development. Yeah, we've got a while to go yet. I would say subscribe for future updates, but I really don't know how many more updates I'm gonna have. But I still appreciate you subscribed either way. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for watching.